In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, so what was there here before the heavens and the earth? Up until now, nobody answers that question. Before the heavens and the earth, there were existences, many, many existences, and many, many beings greater than our God of the heavens and the earth. Okay, and how do I know that? It's just a knowing. Okay. Well, let's call it like the Christians call it, a belief. It's not a belief, it's a knowing. I'm a knower, not a believer. And I guess the way that I know that, let me explain. I've seen places that are not here on earth. I've been there. I can't describe them because I don't know the words to call what I saw. And that's what's so crazy about once you understand what reality is about, you can understand. And also, I remember before I saw these things, you see. So, I was regressed by hypnosis back in the 90s. And my then husband was with me because I trust nobody to be delving into my mind without me having somebody I trust there that would protect me from whoever this person was. And I saw them several of the times that I was here on earth. I was not seeing who I was as being myself, but as an observer of myself. In my dreams, I have been many selves, experiencing all the different selves all at one time. And I can't explain how that happens, but I gave an example of it in my book, Ultimate Deceit of the Human Race, where, and see, dreams like this, you never forget. I was an Asian or Indian or a person of that nationality type, and I was at the same time either a guardian or a god over this person. So I'm going to say I was like an angel. I was a guidance angel. And at the same time, I was at another place, and this other being that I didn't explain this part in the book, and I'm not going to explain this part here. There's a third being that I was. I'm not going to explain because it's too complicated. So I'm just going to explain the two beings, The Asian that was a thief, and he was in a garage trying to escape the police, and the guardian who could see this person escaping, trying to escape, and my trying to guide him. It's even hard to even say it, but when you live it, it's just so deep. And I put that in my book back in the 90s, okay? And I call it the multidimensional selves. Our world is the equivalent of an aquarium. A picture, whatever you want to call a fish aquarium, a reptile aquarium, a hamster aquarium. That is what we live in. That's what we were placed in. It is supposed to be a I forget what they call that process when it handles, I'm a chemical engineer, I'm supposed to know that it's a self-contained process. You see, so the water comes down on the earth through the rain. It goes back up through the vapors of evaporation of the liquid off of the earth. Then it comes back down. And the seeds are here, the bees are here, and we are here. And we were planted here as an experiment. Everything on earth is a huge experiment. And that's what's so crazy about it. We take everything as human beings being what really reality is, and in reality, everything that's here, there's none of it that's real. That's why I call my book The Ultimate Deceit, is because we do not have an understanding of what it is that we are living on. This is a satellite, or a ship, whatever you want to call it, that was seeded by the architect billions of years ago. And just like a kid that starts his own crystal aquarium, let's call it something like that, so did this architect of our creation. And this architect is higher, by far, 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 far higher than Yahweh and Allah. And the ones that are over the architect are higher than that one. And the Allah and Yahweh, God, as we know him or him to be, is no more than, like he said, the Father. They came here, and it's written in many of the ancient books that they came here and mixed their DNA with the creature on this earth. And science calls that creature today ape. Okay? And so mixing their DNA, they seeded a higher race of being than the ape because of their DNA. And what they still haven't created man, though. And so these people are called Anunnaki, or they are called the Nephilim in the Bible. And what they was looking for was to mine the gold when they found this aquarium full of life. Okay? So all they did was they just discovered. They're just like Christopher Columbus. Yahweh and Allah is no different than Christopher Columbus. They discovered Earth, and they came down, and they had problems with the EGG mining the gold and diamonds and the minerals that they were after. And so they got the bright idea to make a man in their own image. Let us make a man in our image, after our likeness. You see? And this is way before the Bible. The Bible is a copycat book of ancient texts, Sumerian texts, Babylonian texts. They all talk about the same information. And if these books were before anything was written on the Bible, then common sense tells us that what was written first is closer to the truth than what is copied from the truth. I mean, you always get more watered down as the copy goes. So then After they seeded the first generation, they left Earth, let's say 3,600, 3,500 years, whatever it was, to allow generations upon generations upon generations to seed the earth of this creature. Then they came back and they exterminated all except the few, the remnant that they were planting for reseeding their DNA into this new generation. Because you can't just mix the first group because it's going to be too close. So now we have a second hybrid that is even closer to Anunnaki than ape. And they seed this group and let them, the offspring, breed, killing off everything else to make sure that there is no mixing of the race. That's the reason why you have what they call the missing link. The missing link between each of the steps of the process is the Anunnaki returning and extincting, killing off the species that was there. That's why they went they didn't go extinct, they were genocide. So then they would leave off 3,000 some years or whatever it was, amount of years, and come back and again replant their DNA. Now, this is where the plot really, really thickens and gets huge. With the last trip and extinction of the previous group, the making of mankind, the Anunnakis accidentally made a creature that was neither all Anunnaki and neither ape. This creature embedded a soul. Anunnaki has spirit, animals have spirit, all of these creations have spirits. The earth, the tree, earth has spirit, the trees have spirit, everything with existence has spirit. You and I have spirit. But this is the soul of the cosmos, the soul of the universe. That is, people usually, whenever they say, oh, it hurt me to my spirit, it hurt me to my soul, they mix spirit and soul and they never identify what's the difference between spirit and soul. Okay, so what the difference is soul is before time. Soul is the existence outside of our existence. Before time, before the physical manifestation, before all that exists. That's soul. Spirits are born. Spirits are born. And some are even before time, some of the spirits. But the soul is way, and it's hard to explain it because we have no concept of what is the existence beyond time and space. And without the concept of that, all you can say is the existence before time and space. So this is what the soul is. And then we can say beyond that there is existence, and beyond that there is existence. And yeah, so it's just very difficult to explain it. But with understanding this, you should now start getting a grasp of when you're worshiping God and you're calling God Allah and you're calling Yahweh you are actually calling upon the created that is just like you. They're Anunnakis. They are the ones who created us. But they are created as well. And there were those who created them. And their bodies were created. And as far as creatures with a soul, I don't, I'm not for sure if there's any other like us, but that was the brilliance of the accident of the soul being bound to the spirit. Okay, and the purpose of the experiment is to all that there is in existence, the universe, cosmos. Now, this is what God is. When we connect to that, all that there is trying to experience what does it want creation to be. And the only way it can experience it is to become creation. And as we become creation, we have different forms of reality. So our known form is duality. So we understand that. We understand night, day, cold, hot, up and down, or the heavens and the earth. We understand when we talk like that. But then beyond duality, like the oneness, that concept, we don't understand oneness, which is also equal to balance. Okay? And I believe that the experiment intentionally, talking about the universe, divided itself, male and female, divided itself so that it could see if it could find itself. It's a game. Can it find itself again? And it's been playing this game over and over and over again. So the object of the game is we are all one. Can we find ourselves? Can we unite the male and female, the cold, the hot, the hatred, the love, the good, the bad? Can we unite all of this as one? Chaos and creation. Now, in order for us to do this, I know that was part of my calling to the earth, is the understanding that we first have to unite the heavens so that the earth can be united as one. So it's a lot of work that we have to do. The heavens have been at war. It's in the Bible, the wars against Yahweh, and there's just wars going on all over. Everybody's wanting to conquer and all of this and chaos. So understanding the higher path is the conquering of destruction and chaos. And the higher path, what we call love, empathy, humility, compassion, kindness. When we bring that to the earth, the turning of the other cheek, the creation molds itself into harmonizing the hate, harmonizing the destruction, harmonizing all with one with creation. And this is how you get heaven up on earth. This is how you get the harmony of one. Now, as I've told you guys before, you don't see me doing that. And the reason why is because also it transforms a human being. Once you take on the higher path, you're no longer a part of this world. When you're no longer a part of this world, you don't get to change it. So you have to have a part of you, literally like a piece of crap, okay, to stay physical. Because physical is a part of chaos. Oh, it's so deep, you guys. It is so deep. And once you have an understanding of your lives, like I do, like how originally waiting for the biological robot to manifest, waiting for that to happen, and we were metallic robots living in. I mean, we've been playing this game so long, it's not funny. I'm telling you, we were playing this game as metallic robots, waiting for life to come to life for the billions of years it took. And it's just so awesome when you start to understand that this reality is not real. That's the reason why we're only here for a second. Compare your life. If you're lucky, if you are very, very lucky, you might live to be 100. And compare that to existence. Billions of years, at least billions and billions, maybe trillions. Okay, I'm talking about Earth was billions of years in existence, maybe trillions. And you come here for 100 years and you can't understand that it's not even equivalent in comparison and relative to time. It's not even a nanosecond that we're here. And we keep failing over and over and over again. The only object is to become one. But the problem is, the minute individuals understand and take the higher path, they transform. You cannot stay in the physical flesh unless you haven't taken the higher path. So this is where I come in, and others like me who are here, the gods that have come back, that we take the higher path, but we don't take the higher path to transform out of the situation. We take the higher path to teach how to take the higher path so that we all at one time do exactly like the Mayans did. And then we beat the Matrix. The Mayans beat the Matrix. The whole civilization just left off of the earth. You don't find their bodies. And it talks of it in the Bible about becoming becoming born again. The real way to become born again, which is life. And that is, and Jesus said it all the time, that few who would be to find the gate that goes to life, the path that leads to life. And that, my friends, is what I am here for. It means you must not die the physical death. You must stay intact with your physical body, with your spirit and with your soul and transform, become a new being because of living that higher life that I'm here to teach and to help us evolve. So I'm seeding that here. And before I leave here, that is what we need to make happen. That's the purpose. And you don't want to leave one at a time. You want to leave all together, all as one. Whether you be Christian, whether you be murderer, whether you be Muslim, whether you be a thief, you see, whether you be male, whether you be female. This is so serious, you guys. And what I was hoping is to start a seed of this civilization in Africa, where we would build a community, you want to call it, because it's not going to be ran by a government, of course. It's not going to be having any money that is being used, but it would be divided into 3 parts, just like heaven, or similar. And the 3 parts would be, let's say, Sin City, which you guys could picture who would live there, and the border, which would be the people who are between Sin City and the 3rd place, which is those who follow strictly the highway, the highest way, and are here meditating and helping the others to evolve. And they're committed to helping the others to evolve. Okay, so it would be Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, Jews, everybody is on that one side. All the religions, because all of the religions call for the same thing. And then the people who live at the border, and then the people who live in Sin City. And they can cross in and out of whichever one they agree to follow the rules of that land. So that would be our beginning place. And I guess then after that is set up, I don't know if I'm going to give up any access to the lower worlds, chaos, hate, destruction, anger, all of that. I don't know if I will be able to give it up or if I will die. Because the wages of sin is death. And what is sin? Sin is not where you hurt God. Oh, God he's so hurt because mankind has failed. And no. The universe, the cosmos created all of this. How can the cosmos hurt for what the cosmos created, for what the universe created, for what God created? How can God hurt for what God wants to experience? God does not hurt. But what sin means is the path that you are seeking, the way that you are seeking to go, you missed the way. Period. Nothing more. And the wages or the payoff for missing the way is that you recycle. That's all that's being said. And recycle is death and birth. There you have it. The story of creation and our purpose. Our purpose as hard as this is going to be to understand, is to unite all as one, all existence as one. Become one with the tree. Become one with the grass. Become one with the ant. Become one where you experience, literally experience, every being, every entity, every existence all at once. Because we're trying to create another creation. I let the cat out the bag. We're trying to create another totally different creation. And the experiment keeps failing before we're making this happen. Let's make it this trip around. Let's create a new creation.